Looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm opening your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crooks and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on the name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, all in your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Damn, good evening. How is everybody doing? Man, oh man, do I have some fun for you tonight? Good to see everyone, man. Look at all you fine folks coming in. Mug Raid, welcome Mug Raiders. My, oh my. Happy Turkey Day. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. It's, United States. This is when we celebrated a nice plentiful crop after some pretty rough times, but those are only the beginning. My gosh, I hope that everybody's having a good time, and that you're thankful for at least something. Must have been popular in school. Somebody might have been popular in school. It wasn't me. I wasn't popular to anybody. Oh my! I think I've got something. Cancel. What the hell? I think I'm gonna have to show you guys something. So I've been working on this. Let me see if I've got it, and it should be right about here. So you guys tell me what you think for Sunday Spice. I know everybody's still rolling in here. I've been working on this. I worked on a little bit today and yesterday. It's been crazy. Just been a crazy week, man. And tomorrow I don't have to do anything but just screw around. It's pretty cool if you ask me. Let's see if we've got it. See right there? Nope. It's this one here, I think. Yeah. And it's going to be. Is this the upgraded version? I think this is the upgraded version. Let's see how this thing looks. You guys tell me. You guys tell me what you think. What you think? Is this a good one or not? This is for Sunday Spice. This is what I've been working on. And I'll be rolling it out to use for Sunday Spice every time we do a Sunday. Here we go. Oh.
It's Sunday. Time to get a little spicy. Come closer. Let's begin. Stories dripping smooth like wine. Some are crooked, some divine. Whispers rising in the night. Touch the heat of Sunday spice. Sunday spice. Take a taste. Sunday spice. No time to waste. Every laugh, a sweet device. Lose yourself in Sunday spice. Naughty secrets, little lies. Eyes are glowing, tongues collide. Doesn't matter if they're true. The fun is waiting here for you. Sunday spice. Take a taste. Sunday spice. No time to waste. Let it tease. Let it entice. You belong in Sunday spice. Don't fight it. You know what you want. Sunday. Spice.
What do you think? Think that was pretty good? I thought that was pretty good. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Yeah, it's pretty spicy. Pretty spicy, but not as much as we got going on tonight. Oh, Volstorm, that's better than a cold. Volstorm, are you hanging out tonight? Man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, Volstorm's good people, man. Love it. Yeah, I like it too. I think it's a good intro. Now I just need to fix a couple of little things inside of it, and I think it'll be good. Yeah. And it just gets everybody in that like mood to know that it's about to go off the rails. Love it too. Oh, pardon me. Oh my. Oh man. Yeah. Did I check my email? No, I hadn't checked my email. I guess I could. I suck today. Today I was too busy doing a bunch of other stuff. Oh, that's interesting. Well, it looks like they hit the goal. Yeah. Yeah, they took the money out of it too. They set a goal for 600 and they got 691. That's what it looks like, Max. Looks like they closed it out. They got their money. It's a good thing though. Good to see you. Hey, D till spills the tea. Good to see you. I hope if you guys haven't checked out D spills the tea, it's good. It's good stuff. And I'm glad to see that you're doing well, and I hope that you're having a good holiday season. And it's getting more and more, and will it fire off tonight? No, it'll fire off sometime the day after tomorrow. I may give you guys a nice little bit of something. And this is for you, D. Here you go.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh yes.
Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery.
'cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, baller, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuck. Oh, yes. Thank you. Maybe not. I appreciate that. D spells the T. There you go. Most definitely. And Ray has been a member here for 13 months. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Well, somebody's not going to be celebrating too much today. Now, I want to run through a couple of these really super quick, because they're pretty good. I mean, and there's not a whole lot to see in them in here. It's sort of going to be your usual fare. We've got the document 144 says referral and order. So this was referred to Judge Bolitho on November 25th. Request for extension of service deadline. Order upon consideration of the foregoing. It's ordered on this 25th day of November 2025. Plaintiffs have moved for a 40-day extension of the deadline to serve paint chip. Plaintiffs state they need additional time to complete the substitutive service requirements, which would be them reaching out and giving the Secretary of State, and posting it up there, and their time to respond. Granted, to the extent that their deadline to effect service on paint chip is extended 40 days from the date of this order. And, Sherry Nail, been here for 7 months. Just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Well, thank you very much. And the year is going to be coming up to a close really soon. It's just going to be going by crazy, crazy fast. So that's really all there is that came popping up in that right there. And then, of course, and there was a response here from the plaintiffs. Jeremy and also Elephant Shoe responded to Twerk and Dirk. I love the Turkey Day. So much to be thankful for. Yes, same. I agree. Motion to dismiss the second amended complaint thereafter the complaint. Doc 127. Turk and Dirk's motion is predicated on the mischaracterizations of the complaint and the misapplications of legal standards. Contrary to his assertions, the complaint does not include any of the counts for defamation, which it doesn't. But he's an idiot like that, and that's how he does it sometimes. Oh, thank you, Debbie Baker, for the 5 gifted memberships. And all you wonderful people, you should give Debbie Baker a little bit of love. Let her know that you really care, that she gave you those nice little love pats right there. That would be, let's see, Dave and Pride, Michael. See, I'm never going to be able to say these names. KY Amy, heck, and K Matt Red Queen. Awesome. All got gifted memberships. Also, Julie Habit something was gifted a membership by Debbie Baker. Thank you very much. Happy Monster Toe Jammer Day before TDA. Thank you. Knock it off, Laura. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Most definitely. Yeah. Toe Jammer Day. The link to his awesome channel is right there. Make sure you guys go check that out. Show some love. It's it doesn't take any skin off your back, and it's definitely something different. Everyone should have a membership to Shizzy. Shizzy's definitely the best. I don't know about the best, but I do try. I do try to be something. Fail most of the time. The motion to dismiss the second amended complaint hereafter the complaint. Doc 127. As mayor's characterization, the complaint fails to state a claim for defamation. Among other claims, Stupid Dave claims that the plaintiffs failed to comply with Florida's pre-suit notice requirements for defamation claims under these Florida statutes. While he also asserts that the statements attributed to him are non-actionable opinions or rhetorical hyperbole protected under the First Amendment, while his motion relies on complete fabrications of case law and general mischaracterizations of the law and of facts. As such, it should be denied in its entirety. The complaint sufficiently pleads claims under the Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices, the Lanham Act, tortious interference with business relationships, and civil conspiracy. Under the Federal Civil Procedure 8A2, a complaint must contain a short and plain statement of the claim showing that the pleader is entitled to relief. Detailed factual allegations are not required, but the rule does call for sufficient factual matters accepted as true to state a claim for relief that is plausible on its face. A claim that has facial plausibility when the pleaded factual content allows the court to draw the reasonable inference that the defendant is liable for the misconduct alleged. Determining whether the complaint states a plausible claim is context specific, requiring the reviewing court to draw on its experience and common sense. And I had storm earlier today. Now they don't have hydro and heat. Oof, that sucks. That sucks. So here's what you have. Basically, what Randy's detailing here is he doesn't understand the law because he's reading too much ChatGPT, thinking that he's a legal scholar and it's just wasting everybody's damn time. The plausible claim is context specific, requiring the reviewing court to draw its experience and common sense, which we know they don't have a whole lot of common sense over there. Well, Stupid Dave reports special appearance is in fact a general appearance that waives any challenge to personal jurisdiction by extensively arguing the merits of the plaintiff's claim, seeking dismissal under Rule 12b-6, and seeking attorney's fees tied to a substantive claim in a Rule 12 motion to dismiss. Well, Stupid Dave is submitted to this court's jurisdiction despite his disclaimer. Furthermore, defendant's motion fails to demonstrate that the plaintiff's claims are legally insufficient under the applicable standards of the Rule 12b-6 motion to dismiss, as demonstrated below. His idiotic claims plaintiff's claims are well pleaded and supported by sufficient factual allegations to survive a motion to dismiss. But, of course, idiot's motion should be denied in its entirety. Defendant's special appearance is actually general appearance that waives any challenge to personal jurisdiction. He attempts to preserve his jurisdictional objections by labeling his filing as a special appearance. Well, maybe you should get some safety gear and make a special appearance on a short bus. However, this attempt fails as a matter of law. In his motion, Stupid Dave makes the following request: the court should dismiss these claims and award defendant his reasonable attorney's fees and costs under 768.2954. This is clearly seeking attorney's fees tied to a substantive claim of the complaint. Moreover, he's also exclusively argues the merits of the plaintiff's claim, seeking dismissal under his Rule 12b-6 motion. This means that by extensively arguing the merits of the plaintiff's claims, seeking dismissal under the 12b-6, and seeking attorney's fees tied to a substantive claim in a Rule 12 motion to dismiss, Stupid Dave has submitted to this court's jurisdiction despite his disclaimer. A party who has petitioned for removal of a case to extend it beyond what is necessarily to defend against a cause of action asserted against him, he should not be permitted to invoke the jurisdiction for affirmative relief and deny it afterwards. And also in Lazar v. Kronk, generally, waiver of the defense of personal jurisdiction requires showing of conduct inconsistent with raising or maintaining the defense. And also Means v. United States Conference of Catholic Bishops. In a typical waiver scenario, a defendant waives its personal jurisdiction defense if submissions, appearances, and filings give the plaintiff a reasonable expectation the defendant will defend the suit on the merits or cause the court to go to some effort that would be wasted if personal jurisdiction is later found lacking. Oh, maybe not. Thank you so much for that. Why don't turkeys trust each other? Too much foul play. Ooh, I gotta congratulate you on that. That's a really good one. I like that one. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Thank you, maybe not. I appreciate the $10 super chat, and make sure you hit that thumbs up. I love it. I love it. Okay. Yes. Now, of course, and it goes through a couple more things. And of course, he says here, Stupid Dave has gone far beyond merely contesting jurisdiction. His motion devotes a substantial attention to arguing that plaintiff's claims fail on the merits, including requests for attorney's fees, detailed arguments about the First Amendment, Florida's anti-SLAPP statute, and the substantive elements of plaintiff's claims by seeking dismissal on multiple substantive grounds. Stupid Dave has made his first defensive move on the merits, thereby waiving his personal jurisdiction defense. Alternatively, should the court disagree, Florida's long-arm statute provides for jurisdiction over a non-resident defendant who commits a tortious act within Florida. Physical presence in Florida is not required. Instead, a tortious act can occur through the non-resident defendant's telephonic, electronic, written communications into Florida, so long as the cause of action arises from such communications. Now, Stupid Dave directed his statements at plaintiffs knowing they would cause harm in Florida, where plaintiffs, as Ohio residents, maintain a second location in Otter Creek, Florida. The 11th Circuit has recognized that jurisdiction may be found in certain instances where an out-of-state defendant commits a tort that produces an injury in Florida. This includes telephonic, electronic, or written communications into Florida, which are sufficient to trigger jurisdiction under the long-arm statute provided. What do you call the silly male turkey's behavior? Tomfoolery. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Maybe not. You know what tomfoolery is. Ooh, buddy. The complaint is not an improper shotgun pleading. Stupid Dave incorrectly characterizes the complaint as a shotgun pleading. While shotgun pleadings are disfavored in the 11th Circuit, the complaint does not fall into this category. A shotgun pleading is one that violates either Federal Civil Rule Procedure 8A2 or Rule 10B, or both. Rule 8A2 requires a short, plain statement of the claim showing that the pleader is entitled to relief, while Rule 10B requires a party to state its claim or defenses in numbered paragraphs, each limited as far as practicable to a single set of circumstances, if doing so would promote clarity. Rule 10B also mandates that each claim founded on a separate transaction or occurrence be stated in a separate count. Self-evident purpose of these rules is to require the pleader to present his claims discreetly and sufficiently so that his adversary can discern what he is claiming and frame a responsive pleading. These rules are also written for the benefit of the court, which may be able to determine which facts support which claims, whether the plaintiff has stated any claims upon which relief can be granted, and whether evidence introduced at trial is relevant. Now, the complaint satisfies these requirements by clearly delineating the claims against each defendant, including Stupid Dave. The complaint contains separately numbered paragraphs and clearly identifies each defendant's specific conduct giving rise to liability. Unlike true shotgun pleadings that have been dismissed by the courts in the circuits, the complaint does not indiscriminately incorporate all preceding paragraphs into each count. The complaint avoids these pitfalls by specifically identifying Stupid Dave's statements, his participation in the conspiracy, and the resulting harm to plaintiffs. Now, the complaint does not include any counts for defamation. Now, Stupid Dave devotes significant attention to arguing that the complaint fails to state a claim for defamation. The plaintiffs failed to comply with Florida's pre-suit notice requirements under these Florida statutes. As a myriad of related arguments in this motion, Stupid Dave heavily relies on a case and an opinion which simply does not exist. Go figure. Imagine that. claims that don't exist and was likely generated by AI. Stupid Dave argues as follows. Plaintiff's claims are repackaged. Defamation must be dismissed. This lawsuit mirrors the flawed pleading strategy rejected in Bongino v. Daily Beast, care of 59 of F. 4th, 1261, 1268, 70, 11th Circuit 2023, with 11th Circuit affirmed dismissal of a public figure. Plaintiff business tort claims that were merely defamation allegations in disguise. The court refused to permit an end run around constitutional protections by rebranding speech claims as alternative labels, holding the First Amendment applies no matter how the styles are claimed. Now, Doc 127 at page 27. Now, Stupid Dave's arguments regarding the Bongino v. Daily Beast Co. are made in utter bad faith and constitute a blatant attempt to invited error. They are sanctioned by this court under its inherent power. To begin, to cite involves Prime Source Buildings Prods of United States, 59th 4th, as the holding has nothing to do with defamation allegations. Rather, Prime Source Building Prods v. United States is a case involving the scope of the presidential authority under 19 U.S.C. 232, whether the president under 19 U.S.C. 232 could extend tariffs to imports of steel derivatives after the statutory deadlines is passed based on an initial plan of action adopted within the requirements time frame. Nowhere does Stupid Dave's citation even come close to saying that the 11th Circuit affirmed dismissal of public figure plaintiff's business tort claims that were merely defamation allegations in disguise. Nowhere does Stupid Dave's citation even come close to saying that the court refused to permit an end run around constitutional protections by rebranding speech claims under alternative labels, holding that the First Amendment applies no matter how the claims are styled. Similarly, in this motion includes quotes from other source citations that simply just don't exist. See Blue v. United States Department of Army. See Miami Herald Publishing Company VN. First Amendment protections. The court addressed whether claims could be maintained against the president as a defendant, ultimately holding that such claims must be dismissed, but that jurisdiction remained due to the presence of other defendants, attaching a different label to the cause of action. A plaintiff may not avoid the statutory pre-suit notice requirement by requiring this rule. The rule applies equally to claims styled as business torts, conspiracy, or statutory violations. Orlando Sports Stadium. This means that Stupid Dave's arguments regarding Bongino v. Daily Beast, all of these citations that he puts in here, are made in utter bad faith and constitute a blatant attempt at invited error. They are sanctionable by this court under its inherent power, which grants this court the authority to address and sanction statements made in bad faith, including those constituting invited error. This authority is exercised with the focus on subjective bad faith to ensure fairness and proper administration of justice. Now, Stupid Dave either made these misrepresentations of law intentionally or with gross negligence. It is suspected that AI was involved in these acts in the year 2025. In the year 2025. With great expansion of AI being used by many pro se litigants, such as Stupid Dave, and even some attorneys, such as Chips, because he got himself in trouble for it already, is an opportunity for this court to sanction these unchecked, unfiltered, and unverified copying and pasting of AI into federal court filings, such as Stupid Dave's motion, which is an egregious example. Plaintiffs pray this opportunity will not be wasted. Based on the Stupid Dave's arguments on this issue are therefore irrelevant and should be disregarded and sanctioned. Florida's anti-SLAPP statute does not apply. Stupid Dave's invocation of Florida's anti-SLAPP statute is misplaced. The statute is designed to protect citizens who exercise their right to free speech on matters of public concern. However, it does not protect false and misleading commercial speech designed to harm a business competitor. The complaint alleges that Stupid Dave made false statements about plaintiffs' business practices with an intent to harm their business relationships. Such statements are not protected by the First Amendment or Florida's anti-SLAPP statute. Commercial speech that is false or misleading receives no First Amendment protection. Motion fails substantively because Florida's anti-SLAPP statute does not apply to this case. The complaint alleges specific, very specific, and actionable. Why'd my volume get turned down? That should be a little bit better. Hey, Shizzy, how you doing? Good to see you, Silhouette. The complaint alleges specific actionable complaints, including civil conspiracy, tortious interference with advantageous business relationship, violations of the Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices, and false advertising under the Lanham Act. These claims are based on defendants' intentional and unjustified actions, which cause harm to plaintiffs' business and reputation. The allegations are not aimed at suppressing this free speech, but rather at addressing unlawful conduct, which includes but is not limited to actionable commercial speech. Now, Stupid Dave's arguments regarding plaintiff's conduct are irrelevant and unsupported. He devotes a significant portion of his motions to allegations about Jeremy Hales's conduct, including claims about a bounty for defendant's address. These allegations are irrelevant to the legal sufficiency of plaintiff's claims and should be disregarded by the court. Moreover, they are unsupported by any evidence properly before the court on a motion to dismiss. Under 12b-6, the court must accept all factual allegations in the complaint as true and construe them in the light most favorable to the plaintiffs. Garrison v. Nuzum. Stupid Dave's attempt to introduce extraneous materials and allegations is improper and should be rejected. Now, plaintiffs have sufficiently alleged a claim for civil conspiracy against Stupid Dave. Plaintiff's complaint adequately alleges that Stupid Dave participated in a civil conspiracy with the other defendants. Under Florida law, the elements of a civil conspiracy are agreement between two or more parties to do an unlawful act or do a lawful act by unlawful means, the doing of some overt act in pursuance of the conspiracy, and damage to the plaintiff as a result of the acts done under the conspiracy. Florida courts have consistently held that conspirator need not take part in the planning, inception, or successful conclusion of a conspiracy. The conspirator need only know of the scheme and assist in some way to be held responsible for the acts of his co-conspirators. Although threadbare, conclusory allegations will not survive dismissal. The existence of a conspiracy and an individual's participation in it may be inferred from circumstantial evidence. The complaint specifically alleges that Stupid Dave made false statements about plaintiffs that were presented in a way that implied clear factual accusations. These statements were made as part of what the plaintiffs describe as malicious conspiracy to harm Hales. The complaint further alleges that comments from all defendants, including Stupid Dave, are included in false YouTube videos and pages about the plaintiffs and were posted in a hate group that included links to these false YouTube videos and pages about the plaintiffs. The plaintiff's complaint contains many paragraphs of factual allegations, including, without limitation, detailed allegations regarding Stupid Dave's specific acts, paragraphs 1 through 6 and 19 through 55, and paragraphs 150 through 154, and paragraphs 165 through 172. These allegations are more than sufficient to put him on notice of the claims against him and the grounds upon which they rest. Reasonably notify Stupid Dave of his purported role in the scheme as plaintiff's underlying causes of action. Do not allege fraud. There is no heightening pleading standard. and the general plausibility standards of 8A of Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, controlled agreement, element of the conspiracy claim. Moreover, even under 9B, a defendant's knowledge can be alleged generally, even if the cause of action involves fraud. Yeah. Oh, well, we got some more super chats that just came rolling in here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love it. Why do you call us silly mail? Tomfoolery. And also, Sister Sal gifted 5 Shizzywhiznut memberships. Let's see who got those right there. Sister Sal. It was P Bear and it was Papa Bear and Mama Bear, Bonnie Walker, Elfie, that little one, Sherry Kell. Thank you very much. And also, Megan Fox received a gifted membership. Man, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Sherry Cal. I appreciate it. Never miss Shizzy. Thank you. Oh, you guys are awesome. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Now, plaintiffs have sufficiently alleged the underlying torts. I just want to make sure that we get down to what we got here, because plaintiffs have sufficiently alleged a claim under unfair FDUTPA, and basically just solidifying it, telling them that there's over 150 paragraphs of factual allegations, including detailed allegations regarding his specific acts. Also, plaintiffs is not required to prove reliance. Just more citations. I'm going through some of this because it's just basically reaffirming everything that was in that initial filing. So once the attorney puts these in there, as far as a complaint, or if they do come along and amend the complaint, make sure that you read the amended complaint so you know what the amendment was, so you know what you're responding to. Have sufficiently alleged a claim for tortious interference with business relationships, and it goes down through that. Also, geez Louise, Stupid Dave's arguments regarding protected speech are misplaced. Stupid Dave argues the statements attributed to him are protected under the First Amendment. However, the complaint alleges that Stupid Dave made false statements of fact about plaintiff's business practices and reputation. These statements are not protected speech because they are actionable under FDUTPA. The Lanham Act, tortious interference. Actionable false statements include commercial claims that are literally false as a factual matter, claims that may be literally true or ambiguous, but which implicitly convey the false impression or misleading in context or likely to deceive customers. 11. Complaint contains sufficient factual specificity. Now, the complaint does not contain conclusory allegations and does not lack factual specificity. Any such argument is without merit, as discussed supra. The complaint provides detailed allegations, including specific statements, and it goes through those right there. Conclusion. Here's where the fun is. For the foregoing reason, plaintiffs respectfully request that the court deny Stupid Dave's motion to dismiss in its entirety. Should the court grant Stupid Dave's motion, it should do without prejudice to afford plaintiffs an opportunity to amend and address any perceived deficit or defect. Sorry. And then basically it serves everybody out. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Says that it serves everybody out. This is where it's going to get really fun. Let's see here. I want to make sure I have the right one, because this one's going to be a very interesting one. As most of these pro se litigants and freaks really like to misquote law and misquote all kinds of crap here. We have a really good one for you. Cheers, everyone. Good night, Jen Thunder. You have a good night. I'm not giving names out, but they're not happy at all. I don't know who they're not anyhow. All right. So this right here was filed. You have to understand that this right here was the plaintiff in this particular one is Lips and Chips. And the defendant, ABC Legal Services. Now, ABC Legal Services served Lips and Chips. Talking about the PayPal bullshit. Oh, well, they can do whatever the hell they want to do. I've got no say so over their stuff. It's up to everybody else if they want to go on that road. I think that someone gave Crook a warning about PayPal freezing the money to return it to the fleas, doxing people who donated. So he went on before they could freeze the account and took what he could. Well, the thing about that is if there is issues with PayPal, like if he did do that and created a false reason for doing something, there's a big possibility that PayPal will return the donated money, and then they will prosecute him for it, which they have very, very heavy rules against that. So we will see. We will see. No worries. I was more worried I would hurt someone else's membership. No, I don't think you're good. Yo, what's up? You've got a link if you want to jump in here, because we're about to dig into a little bit of Lips and Chips here. Mm-hmm. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Lisa the hater. Yeah, she's got some issues. PayPal will go after him. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, PayPal will go after him if there's any sort of fraud or believed fraud or perceived fraud in there. PayPal will do some digging. You got to cook, but you'll be listening. Oh, you're gonna love this one tonight then. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you there, Megan, and also happy Thanksgiving to Tug, J Hip, all my friends on the YouTube, everybody. Big thumbs up, big kudos. All of chat, most definitely. Long time no see. I don't think that's true. All right. Now this one here came out on the 25th, which would have been yesterday. ABC Legal Services, defendant by and through undersigned counsels and pursuant to Florida's civil procedures, hereby files a motion for case management conference with respect to scheduling for hearing defendant's motion to dismiss plaintiff's amended complaint with prejudice. In support of the defendant states as follows. 1, defendant filed its motion to dismiss plaintiff's amended complaint with prejudice on August 4th, 2025. On the same date, defense counsel emailed plaintiff to set defendant's motion to dismiss for hearing on August 18th, 2025 at 11 a.m. Well, Chips responded to this email stating he would not be available on the above date and requested to confer on defendant's motion to dismiss. See Exhibit A. Well, he also, and defense counsel thereafter, agreed to meet and confer on Monday, August 11th on defendant's motion to dismiss and set a hearing at 4:30 and a hearing date for the same. Defense counsel circulated a team's invitation for the agreed upon date and time. Well, and of course, Lips later responded stating she was unavailable for any hearing before 4 p.m. and that Chips was intending to sign on as attorney of record for her representation in the case. On August 11th, yeah, I'll show it here. Sorry, can't see it. Sorry. There we go. On August 11th, August 11th, at 4:30, defense counsel joined the scheduled call with Mr. Paint, we're going to have to find another name because Chips and Lips it doesn't matter. We'll just say the idiots Neither of the idiots joined the call. After waiting for 15 minutes, defense counsel left the call, sent a follow-up email to the idiot, asking him if he wanted to reschedule the call and provide dates on the court's schedule for defendant's motion to dismiss to be heard. He did not respond. Having received no response from the idiot and no further response from the other idiot beyond her unavailability for any hearing before 4 p.m., defense counsel sent correspondence by mail August 15th, 2025 to both the idiots. The correspondence advised the defendant was trying to set its motion to dismiss and provided dates for the same to take place. On August 27th, idiot emailed defense counsel advising he received defendant's August 15th, 2025 correspondence and requested to schedule a meet and confer on defendant's motion to dismiss the hearing date for the same on September 1st around 4 p.m. Defense counsel agreed, circulated a team's invitation for September 1st at 4 p.m. On September 1st at 2025 at 4 p.m., defense counsel joined the scheduled call with Mr. Idiot. Again, neither of the idiots joined the call. After waiting 15 minutes, defense counsel left the call, sent a follow-up email to the idiots, asking them to provide a date to complete and meet and confer call requested. Again, defendant provided available dates for hearing for his motion, and of course, the idiot responded to this email requesting meet and confer on September 3rd, 2025. Well, on September 3rd, 2025, yet again, plaintiffs and counsel met and conferred and agreed to have the motion dismissed heard on October 13th, 2025 at 3:30 p.m. In accordance with the court's proceedings, defense counsel contacted the court's judicial assistant, Mr. Rodriguez, on September 4th, advised him of the party's selected date and time. Mr. Rodriguez advised that the 3:30 p.m. slot on October 13th was unavailable and proceeded with setting the hearing for 3 p.m. on October 13th. Neither the idiots lodged an objection to the change in time. Thus, defendant filed its notice of hearing on September 10th, 2025, noticing the hearing on its motion to dismiss for October 13th, 2025 at 3 p.m. On October 9th, idiot contacted defense counsel by phone to advise the plaintiffs would not be available to attend the hearing set for the defense motion to dismiss on October 13th because plaintiffs unexpectedly needed to leave town. On October 12th, 2025, plaintiffs filed a motion for continuance of the hearing date set for the defendant's motion to dismiss. The court granted the same. Well, on October 13th, defense counsel emailed plaintiffs set a new hearing date on defendant's motion to dismiss. Neither of the idiots responded to the email. A follow-up email was sent on October 20th, again seeking availability for hearing on defendant's motion to dismiss. Well, he responded to this email advising the plaintiffs were contemplating dismissal. On October 27th, the defense counsel sent a third email to plaintiffs seeking plaintiffs' availability for hearing on defendant's motion to dismiss. Well, idiot responded to this email advising he did not believe a hearing was needed and needed to get approval from, the female idiot to dismiss the case. Well, no dismissal was ever filed. On November 3rd, 2025, defense counsel reached out to plaintiffs advising that defendant would move forward with setting its motion to dismiss for hearing on December 18th at 3 p.m. unless plaintiffs advise otherwise or dismiss this action. Well, on November 13th, 2025, defendant emailed the court's judicial assistant, Mr. Rodriguez, to unilaterally set defendant's motion to dismiss December 18th at 3 p.m. after having repeatedly attempted to coordinate a date with plaintiffs to no avail. Well, idiot responded to the defendant's email to the court advising plaintiffs were not available on the 18th at 3 p.m. Defendant's counsel in response provided all dates the court had available for hearing. Plaintiffs did not respond, which is typical of these idiots. Mr. Rodriguez later that same day advised the parties of an additional date the court was available for hearing. Defense counsel again requested that plaintiffs advise their availability for hearing based on the court's schedule, and they didn't respond. Now, pursuant to Florida Civil Procedure 1.200, the court may set or any parties may request that a court convene in case management conference to address such matters as outlined under that rule, including scheduling other conferences, determining other matters that may aid in the disposition of the action. At this stage, defendant has been attempting for nearly 4 months to have its motion to dismiss heard, has been unable to do so due to the idiots' inaction and non-responsiveness. Now, absent court intervention, it's unlikely that a date for a hearing for defendant's motion to dismiss will be successfully coordinated because they're running and hiding. In the light of the foregoing, defendant respectfully moves this court to set a case management conference, in this case to discuss scheduling defendant's motion to dismiss and confirm a hearing date for the same. Now, ABC Legal Services requests this honorable court set the case management conference and grant such other relief as is just and proper. And then it certifies all of it and sends all of that information out. I like the thing 1 and thing 2 idea. Lips and chips, thing 1 and thing 2. That I like that idea, Vicky. That probably would work really, really damn well. Thing 1 and thing 2. I feel bad for the other lawyer. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're just here's the thing. Don't feel bad for the other lawyer. He's doing his job. He's going to get paid out of this. You're welcome, most definitely. See, you have to remember that thing 1 and thing 2 are the one. Thanks, I like that one. Thing 1 and thing 2 are the ones that brought this action against ABC Legal Services, and here they are yet again wanting to run away. You can find a common thread in these people. Find a common thread. All right. And it's going to get a little bit deeper. Cheers. Hey, Valley, good to see you. Evening, Captain Shizzy, fellow Shizzers. Late again. No, you're right on time. You got here exactly at the time that you needed to be here. What a nightmare. What a nightmare for them, because this is not all that they're in for. Oh, no. It gets much better. It gets much better. In an entirely separate case, they're being foreclosed on. Okay. And I want you to get a good look at this because it's going to be great. Hello, everyone. Sorry I had to do shopping. Why do we need to eat? Oh my God. Yeah. Doesn't it suck? Wouldn't it be nice if you could just absorb the nutrients you needed through osmosis? Be funny if Lips and Chips case set precedent for one of Jeremy Hill's cases. Well, that could. I mean, there's a big possibility because they're definitely avoiding like all kinds of crap. All right, so Seacoast National Bank, and I'll give you a brief rundown on this. They filed this. Is that right? Or this was a response? Oh, this was Windermere. Okay. There was a verified complaint. Basically, Seacoast National Bank is an action to foreclose, and we'll just run down through the actions for. An action to foreclose on residential real property, Orange County, Florida. Venue is proper in Orange County. Plaintiff is Seacoast National Bank. Defendant, thing 1, or maybe he's thing 2. He seems like a number 2. Thing 2 is the owner of the real property in Orange County. On March 5th, thing 2 executed agreement and disclosure in the sum of $180,000 secured by mortgage recorded on this in those documents right there. Owned by and in possession of the thing 1 and thing 2. And the legal description which follows. Also, point 6. They defaulted by failing to remit the monthly payment due at maturity on March 5th, 2024, and any monthly payments due thereafter. They also defaulted by failing to pay other real property taxes when due and by failing to provide proof of insurance, which they are also required to do. On May 21st, they made a demand upon them to remit payments sufficient to pay off the loan. They failed to do so. A copy of the demand letter was attached. Seacoast is the owner and holder of the agreement and mortgage. Well, the idiots are in possession of and own the property. As of July 2nd, 2024, they owe Seacoast the principal balance of $177,863 with an interest sum of $7,091.18 and continuing interest from July 3rd, 2024 at the rate of $46 per day until such time as payment is fully received, plus late charges of $415 escrow shortfall of $3,580, mortgage payoff processing fee of $25, and additional expenses which may accrue thereafter, including but not limited to title search expenses for ascertaining necessary parties to this action and attorney's fees. Also, there's the Windermere Downs Community Association may have a claim or an interest in the property. Unknown tenants is named to account for parties which may be in possession may claim some interest in the party that is subject to this foreclosure action by virtue of unrecorded lease or purchase option. And what they're looking for is making sure that, because there's a possibility, and I'm just using this as an example, that they sold it to Jim Bob across the street. They would be one of those unknown tenants or one of those unknown people that would sort of fall under that realm. So that way, in case, it's like someone selling the Brooklyn Bridge. They're letting you know that, that was not proper and you need to give the property back. Basically, and then you would have the ability to go after the person that sold you a shitty piece of property that wasn't worth it. So there's some statutes and some laws on that. I don't know them for certain, but I understand what this means. Now, Seacoast has performed all conditions precedent to bring in this action, or such conditions have been waived or excused, including all conditions precedent to the acceleration of it. They're obligated to pay, Seacoast is obligated to pay the undersigned attorneys a reasonable fee for their services. Now, the idiots are responsible for payments of Seacoast reasonable attorneys' fees pursuant to the agreement to the mortgage. Seacoast has expended and may expend during the pendency of this action certain necessary costs to protect its security, including but not limited to ad valorem, real property taxes, hazard insurance premiums, all of which Seacoast is entitled to recover from these idiots, which are secured by the lien of the mortgage, which basically, because they don't have insurance on the property, Seacoast has gone and got insurance on the property. They're making sure that the property is secure, that nothing happens to the property, to the best of their ability, which means that all of that money that's being spent for them insuring the house that these people don't have insurance on, in case a hurricane blows through their tomorrow, a hurricane comes blowing through there, tears the house apart, Seacoast would receive all of the money off of the insurance, and Lips and Chips would receive nothing, not a zero, zilch. They wouldn't be entitled to any relief in any of it because Seacoast was not satisfied. For foreclosure, I should say. Or foreclosed and remove them. Well, they can't. That's what they're trying to do right now. In addition to other named defendants, unknown spouses, heirs, devisees, grantees, assignees, creditors, trustees, successors, uninterested other parties claiming an interest. Now, this is going to become very important. So basically, they're just asking for a judgment in this right here, and issues of a writ of possession. Not an uncommon thing to do in a foreclosure. Now, Windermere responded after they were sort of forced to, and they came back and they said, who they were, they admitted to the first one, as you can see, and we'll go back up here so you can sort of follow along the first one, which is that an action foreclosed on real property, that the venue is proper in Orange County. And then also 3 admitted that a copy of the certificate of merger, which would be that Seacoast is the holder of that property, is attached to the complaint as an exhibit without knowledge as to any remaining allegations. This is how you would respond or replay later. Well, thank you, Twaddledum. You replay later. We'll be here for you. Now, 4 admitted that Defendants Association vested knowledge, information, belief, according to public records, that thing 2, it owns the property. Now, admitted a copy of the credit agreement is there, and they're without knowledge of number 6. Now, if we go down to number 6, we'll pull up number 6, 4, 5, 6. 6 is basically, that's 5, which is the amount. 6, that they defaulted by failing to remit the monthly payments. Now, Windermere doesn't have any knowledge of that, so they're just like, we don't know. We don't know if they did that or not. We have nothing. Oh, yeah, these things take forever. Now, also 7 admitted that a copy of demand letter is attached, and number 8, they're without knowledge. Seacoast is the owner, so they're without knowledge of who the owner is. Admitted that to Defendants Association best knowledge, information, belief. According to that, number 10, they're without knowledge of that they owe a certain amount of money. They're just like, okay. Admitted that Defendant Association claims a right, title, and interest in the subject property by virtue of any and all unpaid assessments levied against the subject property and or failures to comply with restrictive covenants propounded by the association. So they're part of an HOA. Now, that Windermere HOA is basically saying if they haven't paid their dues, then we're entitled to that. I mean, that's basically what it is, or anything that complies with HOA. And to the without knowledge as to any remaining allegations. And then, of course, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, they're without knowledge, which, if you look at what it is, you can look, is just basically all the other stuff and it's just giving like the sort of laying out some of the facts right there. And so they're just, they have no knowledge of these facts, but they could have always put down accepted as true or just without knowledge, if it's not, they making sure they get theirs. Well, and that's the thing. They may not be owed anything. It's a possibility that Windermere, estates or whatever has received all of their money. Their HOA dues have been paid and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is they have to preserve it in case things go sideways, that they can file a claim and actually get something out of it. Good to see you. Hey, Debbie. Yes, you got gifted membership there, Megan. You got gifted membership. Now, in the event that they basically just throw out a bunch of legal stuff right here. In the event the subject property is transferred by sale or deed, foreclosure, any other party, first mortgage or successor, just basically laying a claim for those funds because they are the association. In the event the court appoints a receiver to take possession during his pendency of this litigation, the association shall seek a determination from the court that the regular and special assessments levied against the subject property be paid to the association from any funds collected by such receiver. And that's all they're asking for. It's pretty boilerplate stuff, but they do respond to every single one of these. Pretty straightforward, just like that's what's going on. Now, you have to remember that this particular case has been ongoing. We're already about 45 documents in, and from the time that it started, and I'll show you here so you can sort of understand, from the time that this case started, which was 7/10 of 2024. Okay, so last year. And here it is Still in the case currently. 11/20/2025. 11/24/2025. Over a year later, this is still ongoing. They're trying to get their property back. So here's what the idiots, thing 1 and thing 2, decide to file. In response to all of this, after they've submitted and lost on appeal. Yeah, this is the kind of crazy that they're pulling. Basically running the gambit on saying, oh, well, we'll get a windfall sooner or later, while digging themselves further and further in the hole. And all you have to do is just look at how many tickets that thing 2 has gotten for, being on a toll road, not paying tolls, that kind of stuff. Basically, just racking up the fines because, well, that's what you do whenever you're an idiot. You just rack up those fines nonstop. That's always a good plan. Really, really smart. So as far as what they do with their answers here, it's answered, and it's boilerplate. I mean, judges hate this. They hate this kind of crap altogether because they don't give any reason for their denials. They just say, admitted, denied. So what exactly did they deny? That bears question. Well, 1 and 2 they admit, and 3 and 4, and basically all the way down to 8. So 3 through 8 they denied. What is 3 through 8? Well, let's see. That is the nationally chartered financial institution authorized to conduct. They're denying that. They're denying that the defendant, idiot, in thing 2 is the owner. So they're denying he's the owner. And on March 5th, they executed a credit agreement and disclosure, a copy of which is attached. They're denying that. Number 6, they're denying that they defaulted to remit the monthly payment. They're denying on May 21st they made a demand upon them to remit the payment. They're also denying that Seacoast is the owner and holder of the agreement mortgage. No, I'm no shit, not shitting you. Like, oh my God, did you just go down and check the boxes and actually read the complaint? And then, of course, number 9, they admit. So what is number 9 that they admit to? Let's look. Number 9, that idiot 1 and idiot 2 are in possession and own the property. That's what they admit to. Okay. And there was a motion for default that was filed. I think I read. I'll read that one later. Now, then they deny 10 all the way through 14. 15, 16, 17. So the rest of them, they absolutely just deny, just flat out deny. Which ones were those? If I double check, let's move that one there so it's easier. So all the way from 10 through 1710. Oh, geez. So they're saying that they don't owe any money. They deny that they owe any sort of money. They deny that Windermere may have a claim. They deny that defendant unknown tenants is named. They deny that Seacoast has performed all conditions. They deny that Seacoast is obligated to pay the undersigned attorneys. They're denying that the Ferderigos are responsible for payments, and they're denying Seacoast is expended, may expend during the pendency. They're also denying, in addition to all other named defendants, spouses, heirs, and all that other kind of crap, they're denying all of it. But they even took it they take it that extra step further and just deny everything. Imagine the delusion that must run deep in this family. I'm wondering maybe does the tree go straight up? I don't know. Megan really enjoyed yours and Rosalind's stream today. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys got a little bit of makeup suggestions. It's always a beautiful thing. Money was from a savings account that I felt $1,400 back in 78, and the others were deposits on apartment deposits down a gas bill. I have 5 more full out. Oh, that's pretty nice. Congratulations. Yes. All right. So affirmative defenses. Affirmative defenses. Well, now let's break into story time. I think we should have some music for story time. What do you guys think? We should have some music for story time? Maybe. On October 8th, 2013, a husband and wife, the thing 1 and thing 2, well, they jointly purchased a homestead property in Windermere, Florida, using marital funds, and a title was taken as tenants in common, each holding a 50% undivided interest. The property has continuously served as the family's primary residence. Oh, each holding 50%. They've raised their 3 young children since birth, despite both spouses have an equal and separate marital interest in the homestead. Only the husband was provided an application and signed a home equity line, the loan in 2014. Despite the wife not holding the status as a borrower on this loan, the lender forced the wife to sign the mortgage. She was forced, for the love. She was held at gunpoint, forced to sign, and notarized. Oh, the pain, the suffering. Allegedly due to being required under law as a spouse. Oh, I was forced because I'm required as a spouse. Oh, the love of it. But without disclosing the loan terms or any reference to her signature on the mortgage, was intended to result in securing a high-risk balloon loan. It was so risky that I just signed it anyway. I didn't even read the documents. I just signed. I signed my life away. Oh, it was intended to result in securing a high-risk balloon loan against her separate marital interest in the homestead property. Oh, the husband. He managed to loan independently. To date, the wife continues not to be provided any information regarding this loan by the plaintiffs when inquiring for such information independent of this lawsuit. Oh, woe is me. On July 10th, 2024, the current lender filed a foreclosure against both spouses, seeking to force the sale against both their homestead marital interest. It's the only property we own except for the other one that we failed to pay on also. Oh, woe is me. Seeking to force the sale against both their homestead marital interest, the fuckheads contend that the wife's homesteaded rights and those of her children it's all about the children. Oh my God. Cannot be defeated by the foreclosure due to the improper procurement of her mortgage signature. Lack of language under this constitutional Article 10 for demands to tenants in common with children born of the marriage, and lack of language necessary for waiver and lack of disclosure that is signed a bunch of gobbledygook that I'm just gonna yammer on about. Oh, you should come in here for the open letter. If you have time, it's going to be good. Thing 1, use thing 3 to force thing 2. That's so true. Facts. No, these are facts now. Facts, folks. Get it right. These are facts. The wife and husband purchased their following homesteaded property. I use big language because it's not like we bought a house. We bought a homestead, although we have another property that we don't want you to find out about because we foreclosed on that one too. This property was purchased for in cash. In cash. We paid cash. Almost $500,000. It was recorded on October 30th, 2013. The title of this property was recorded as listed solely to an idiot thing one. Thing two, a married man. A homestead to allow the hubby and wife, to separately own equal marital interest in the real property, not the real world, in real property. Don't you understand how this works? We did everything. It's not my brother. This property, the family home, woe is me, has been both the husband and wife's permanent place of residence where they raised their three, count them, not one, not two, but three of these little beastly children from the time it was purchased on October 28th, 2013 until present and continuing. They've never abandoned the home, continued to use it with their children in daily life. We use it to hide ourselves away from process servers that we want to avoid. Don't you understand? Everybody who just wants a piece of me. The property constitutes the homestead of the husband and the wife. What was 1 and 2? In Florida, the homestead character property depends on the actual intention of residing therein as a permanent place of residence. Coupled with the fact of residence, you can't take away our home. Although we are not paying for it, you can't take it away. We're going to squat here eternally. Oh, that's good to see ya. Oh, I love you, brother. That's all good. Say hi, Wallen Crabber. Too much info. Oh, well, at least you can't say I never took any of you on a trip. Y'all, you have to remember that's shitty. So, our woe is me more bullshit. It doesn't designate how titled property is to be held, and it does not limit the estate that must be owned. Thus, whether the husband and wife hold this property as tenancy by entirety, tenancy in common, or mere beneficial interest and not the title interest, and the rest is their homestead. They're each entitled to claim a homestead exemption. A homestead exemption from forced sale of the property. That's not how it works whenever you don't pay your fucking bills. That's not how it works. Tough titty. A homestead exemption. They're wanting to claim a homestead exemption on property that they basically stole. They don't own the property. They don't want to pay any of the bills on it. They take out a loan and don't pay the loan back. And they want to say, you can't take it because that would be homestead exemption. I don't know if there's enough alcohol tonight. I honestly don't know if there's enough alcohol tonight for me to continue in this facade of bullshit. I joke not. This is the most bullshit response I've ever fucking read. Seriously. Oh, good Lord. Husband and wife purchased their marital home. They intentionally chose to own this property as tenants in common, which each spouse retained half of it because you never know whenever we're going to, have to have it split down the middle. Additionally, the The wife and husband did not want to hold each other responsible for any debt accrued against the marital home, so the husband and wife always kept marital assets titled just in one spouse's name. But that's not how it works. They can eat bullshit in their cornflakes. I hope so. Now, they've always been self-employed because they're geniuses, but they can't figure out how to pay their bills. They saw this marital property as a means to secure interest for their future retirement and thereafter pass to their children like gas. Except it doesn't matter what you wanted to do with it, you fucking morons. It doesn't matter if you wanted to pass it on to your children. If you really wanted to pass it on to your children, maybe pay your fucking bills. Yeah, that's sort of the way that shit works right there. You pay your damn bills. Once the bills are paid, oh, then guess what? Then you can go and get everything else taken care of. Now, in October and November of 2013, they invested substantial money in renovating the home prior to moving in. In 2013, they invested so much money. Oh, well, because this brand new build in this community, it needed so much work because it wasn't up to my standards, see? Giggle gas. Why would you renovate a new home? That's on you. If you're renovating your damn home, that's on you. Nobody else's fault. That's your own problem. Now, since husband and wife held a lot of equity and are like marital home free of debt, they decided to apply for a home equity line together. Together, I tell you. However, when both husband and wife met the original lender first screen, they both requested to apply for a loan. Yet the lender only provided an application for the husband, never having run the wife's credit or investigate into her financial status. Jeez. Nor made any inquiries into the wife's debt, income, or assets. I think I need a chick for this. That's what I need. I need to edit my avatar here. I'll get a chick that is definitely not. Yeah, here we go. Got to get the right chick in here. Because you can tell who's writing this. There we go. We have a chicky baby here. Now, from December 21, 2013 till March 5th, 2014, the husband worked on his application. At the time of signing the application, the husband made clear he was seeking a home equity line of credit and left the checkboxes blank under the loan's purpose, including purchase, refinance, construction, permanent. The only box that he marked said other with the words home equity. Additionally, the application sections were left blank to describe and estimate costs of home improvements. Now, under these terms listed on page 1 to 5, the application, the husband signed his name as the sole borrower. However, undisclosed, the husband was the subsequent unsigned page 6 titled Continuation Sheet Residential Loan Application, which altered the loan purpose to home improvement that was written in small font. It wasn't big font. I can't handle it if it's not big. And never referred to as not discovered until the auction for foreclosure was filed in 2024. So we never noticed it from 2013 to 2024. It is so awful. March 5th, 2014. I mean, we're talking 10 years. We just never looked at that loan application. I mean, we paid our bills up until we just didn't want to. Well, and I know that the loan ballooned, but oh my God, was it supposed to do that? That is just unfair. So unfair. On March 5th, the husband was approved for that line of credit and told to go to the First Green Bank sign and to sign like this credit agreement and disclosure as the sole borrower. Now, the credit agreement outlined the specific interest, the penalties, structure of the loan. In a small, non-bolded print within the paragraph was the word balloon payment. And see, that's where it got us, because we didn't know anything about the balloon payments, because there was like a maturity date. Like if we didn't pay it all off by like March 5th of 2024, then we would have to like pay it off by then. I mean, I need boobs. I need boobs and injections. How do you expect us to pay for this kind of shit? I mean, I got my dream car, damn it. I got my little Beamer that I know it's broken. My husband took it away from me because I've been so bad and I continually run red lights and shit. But this loan was never disclosed as a high-risk loan. Because, I mean, who would have thought that that was a high-risk loan in 2013? Oh my God, this is so unfair to me. This loan was never disclosed as that. Well, she properly suited the loan. And when her husband and wife owned $600,000 in equity in their home, it was free and clear. And how can you do this to us? Because, I mean, just because we didn't pay on this doesn't mean you can foreclose on our home. I know we took money out, but good God, am I supposed to pay that back? Fuck. Next thing you know, I'm going to be like screwed, just like, oh, maybe that'll be a good thing. The debt at this time, it would never have a chance of losing their homestead property free of debt over a high-risk loan for $180,000. That's so ridiculous. I know we took out $180,000, but good God, my husband can make that back like in a couple of like lawsuits. All he has to do is win them. Jeez. My God. I mean, you guys are so vicious. And this loan was not necessary, but only to have excess security. I mean, it's been sitting there drawing interest. And I mean, we could have paid it back, but God, why would we do such a thing? I mean, that's our money. Furthermore, this credit agreement disclosure is never provided or discussed with the bitch of the house, nor was she asked to review it, provide a copy, or asked to sign it. I was never provided anything about this, and I never was even asked to sign it. Well, additionally, the lender never inquired to her credit or assets or her finances, because if he would have saw that I'm just a broke ass bitch. Or I would have had the money because I'm telling you, my family is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm worth $10 million, but I just can't pay this. I refuse. I refuse to pay it. Oh my God. Can you believe that would make me pay it? March 5th, 2014, she was requested by the lender to join her husband in signing the mortgage. Although I just said right here, I was never asked to sign. It was never provided or discussed. When she asked to review it, provided a copy, or nothing. I just signed it without looking at it. It was forced upon me. It's forced upon me like Shizzy's forced upon me. Oh, that bastard. On March 5th, the wife was requested by the lender to join her husband in signing this bullshit line of credit for the sole purpose of being required under law. I mean, there's like legal things that you have to do to get signatures. Since her husband was married, I mean, that son of a bitch, he was married. How dare he be married? I didn't know that I married a married man. Duh. So smart. SMRT. Without explaining the terms of the mortgage, that lender gave the wife a page to sign. He just handed it to her, and well, she just willy-nilly signed it without reading anything about it. I'll just sign it because that's what I do with all my legal documents, because I'm so smart. SMRT. Now they signed it in Orange County official, and there's a document. Oh my God, can you believe I signed this page? Now there was no language in the credit agreement and disclosure. Oh, solely signed by the husband, nor the mortgage. It was signed by the husband, joined by the wife. I signed all kinds of stuff. K-I-C-A-T, smell smart. Oh my gosh. I've been spelling it wrong the whole time. Oh my God, Wolf. I've been spelling it wrong. Oh, so long. Now, Seacoast merely provided boilerplate language that Florida courts have cautioned against doing. Like, the language of the contract is so boilerplate, it tells you that if you don't pay your fucking bills, that you could lose your property. I mean, what kind of boilerplate shit is that? Who would write something like that? I mean, be more creative. I mean, say something more creative in your what, this boilerplate language of contracts. I mean, maybe you could have like reworded it like I reword everything, because I would have been so special. I'm special. Thanks for having me. Grantor's waiver grants waives the rights and defenses. Don't you know that I'm just going to throw some shit in there? Now, following the signing of those documents, the husband was solely given the hard copies, because I like it hard. They were given the hard copies of the original paperwork, while the wife, she didn't get shit. She didn't get shit because she probably would have burned it, or maybe like shoved it in like her ass or something, because that would have been more pleasurable than me going through this crap with you guys. The husband solely handled that line of credit. It was all his responsibility. I know I signed it, but it's his responsibility. So I'm blaming that son of a bitch, because not only was he married whenever I married him, but damn it, now he's the only signer. He's got a hold of it all. Every single bit of it. You guys are killing me. I don't know if I can keep the craziness up. Oh my gosh. Amazing they don't get what homestead is. In Florida, it's a home. Livable, that's built on a slab or foundation, not a damn camper property. Yeah, thank you for the 5. I appreciate it, Kelly B. Also, Debbie Baker gifted 5 gifted memberships, and we got something for you guys there.
Welcome to the shit show.
Every single day, a new flavor of buggery, 'cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balderdash, poppycock, ball of buggery. Oh, yes. And what is the benefit of having a mortgage that has a balloon payment? It's not a mortgage. What they got was a home equity line of credit. So they basically use their home as an equitable line of credit for $180,000. Now, $180,000 could have been to do a renovation. It could have been to buy yourself a new dress, new cars. Anybody can do a home loan of equity. Basically, you're using equity in your home. You're using your home. You're saying, my home, you give me money, and if I don't pay you back, then you take my home. That's exactly what it is. I've never signed one, so I wouldn't know exactly what I've never dealt with one of those. But if you needed to have the money, and I'm just using this as an example. Say, for example, you want to put an addition on your home because you're going to have another kid. Okay. What would be something that you would do? You're like, well, we need to add one more room onto our house. And how are we going to do that? Well, we own our home free and clear. So I'm going to use this home equity line of credit. I'm going to put that addition onto my property. and then I'm just going to pay that off. And whenever it's paid off, I'm done. This is what a home. Oh, I can't believe they basically use their home to secure a loan. That's it. They use their home to secure a fucking loan. It is not hard to do. I mean, anybody that has equity in their home can use that to basically say, hey, I just don't have the money right now, but my income is good. I'm doing fine. I'll have it paid off in X amount of period of time. You don't have to, but you have to have a livable home for equity. Well, not always true. I mean, you could also take a loan out, a home equity loan. Say, for example, if your house got flooded, and the insurance only covered a portion of it, you could say, well, the house is valued at X amount of thousands or hundreds or millions or whatever of dollars. I'm going to use what equity I already have in it and fix the place up and, fix whatever the insurance wouldn't take care of. It's perfectly reasonable to do that. I mean, you don't get a home equity line of credit to get like a tit job done. That would be something that you wouldn't do, or buy a new car. That's not, but there's a lot of people that did that kind of shit back in 2013, 2010, 2011, 70s, 80s. They took out these home equity lines of credit and then ended up losing their homes and getting foreclosed on. You could use a home line of equity, for example, if you owned a farm and you were just like, listen, I'm gonna use my farm because I know that I'm gonna have good crops this year, and I need to have a plow or something like that. So, I mean, it's so crazy. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Yamaha wins. The end. Of course, he got voted in. He didn't do anything. People just voted for him. I love it. Oh, those poor bastards to take tits back. Oh, that's just disturbing. Well, our house is paid for, and that's a great feeling. Yeah, I mean, and so here's the thing. Think about this, Vicky. Your house is paid for, but say, for example, you're just like, I want to like put in a new kitchen, right? Your house is paid for, and you don't have that money right now, but you still have money that's coming in from whatever, and you know how much you can afford a month to pay off a loan if you were to take a loan. So you would just use your home as a line of credit. Say your credit isn't really good, so you take out a home equity loan. You say, listen, I own my home free and clear. I'm just going to have this new kitchen done. It's going to cost me, $10,000 or some crap like that. So you take out a small home equity loan, basically securing that loan, and then you pay off that money and you have your kitchen remodel done, and you have a brand new kitchen. Pretty straightforward. You go, oh, great, we have a new kitchen. So it brings up the value of the home. I mean, it's not uncommon. What is that? Told due to economic shutdown. No. I mean, that's the thing. This was in 2013. So, I mean, you're using home as collateral. Exactly. Using your home as collateral. That's all that it is. And that's what they did here. But yet again, they're bitching and moaning that they use their home as collateral, and now they haven't paid their fucking bill. Well, we didn't know we had to pay that shit back. What kind of fucking moron are you? I mean, you're supposed to be the fucking genius here, and you can't figure this crap out, yet you're going to spend goddamn over a fucking year arguing over it. I mean, what the fuck, dude? Pay your goddamn bill. Maybe if you guys weren't screwing up so bad, the internet just keeps cutting out. Night. Oh, sorry, Star. You have a good one. You have a good one. It's good to see you. Good to see you. I bought my second home after the crash, foreclosed home. So sad, but it was fortunate to be able to afford the low price. Exactly. And a lot of people did that. I mean, they had the money sitting in the bank and they said, oh, now, see, you have to understand that my wife and I, our first home, nice little starter home. She was a baby lawyer at that point in time. And I had a pretty decent paying job. We got the home. She used her line of credit because I didn't have any credit. So all of the money was coming into her. She managed to secure it was a really fucking weird loan. They told her that she would be available to get. I think they were just like, oh, whatever you want, however much money you want, we will give you a line of credit on. That's how good her credit score was. However much you want, we'll give you. We will hook you up. And she said, no. I got to live within my means. Got to live within my means. So that's what we did. We bought just a 1,500 square foot house, just nice little bungalow, little brick ranch thing. Nice little, 3-2. And we moved in, and over the period of time that we were there, we had this little thing happen called the economic crash. Well, the housing market went to shit. So this house that we were paying way too fucking much for, but we could actually afford it. It happens. We only planned on being there for a couple of years, building some equity, and then selling the home. Yeah, and then the housing market crashed. And we stayed there, because, well, what else are we going to do? We ended up, let's see, I replaced an entire bathroom, redid a bedroom, redid the backyard, and part of the front yard. This was all like physical work, getting out there doing stuff like pulling bushes out. And we had to have roofers come out because we had developed a hole in the roof. But the roof was old anyway, so it didn't matter. I mean, just little things like that. We went through, what was supposed to be a 3-year home ended up turning into 10 years. So we lived there. And we did just fine. We just built up equity in the home, just kept on paying on it. And then in the process, whenever it came time that we were ready to move, we sold that and used it as a down payment on the house that I live in now, which is, could easily be our forever home. Like no doubt about it. But we're just paying it off. And then whenever we had interest rates went down, I mean, shit, they dropped like crazy. Back during Trump's presidency. Yeah, it was during Trump's presidency. His first presidency, interest rate dropped down, and my wife and I, we did the same thing my brother-in-law did. He bought his house around the same time that we bought this one. And the interest rate dropped down, and we both refinanced. I mean, within weeks of each other, unbeknownst to each other. It wasn't like we communicated this back and forth, telepathic. Yeah. And we were able to get a lower interest rate and redo our loan for a different thing. But it's one of those where, you figure that into your house budget, what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink, what you're going to, spend your money on. If you're going to do vacations, all that kind of stuff comes into play whenever you have, the most important asset that you're wanting to keep is your home. A car is one of the least important assets that you could possibly have, but people tend to spend more money on their cars than they do on their children. Amazing to me. I mean, think about it. The price of a car these days, man. We're talking, just to get something that you could have gotten for what, $5,000-$6,000 back in the day. Now you're looking at what, 100, 200,000. Fuck, I don't know. You're basically buying a house for the price that most of these cars are. I know people that bought their first home for $50,000. Basically the size home that my wife and I lived in. 50 grand is what they paid on that place whenever they first got it. I mean, you think about it now, that home that we sold, that we paid. Oh God, I don't know. I don't remember how much it was. Like the initial amount, it ended up selling for over $500,000 just because of the location where it's at. We didn't sell it for that much, but the people that bought it from us, 7 years ago, property values jumped it up. Yeah. See, 1984, 54,500. Yeah. I mean, and now houses are going in the millions, 500,000, 200, 300, 400,000. Depends on where you're at. I mean, there's still houses out there that you can purchase for much, 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 much less. Just depends on where you want to be located. No, he didn't fall in the toilet. He probably went back to go spending time with the family. He does have a family. So if he's not responding, that's why he's actually put his phone down and went and been with everybody, with all the cool people. Unlike us here, which are more cool people. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thankful I found your channel. Thanks for all you do. Well, I appreciate it, Jan Marie. Harmony, you have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving also. Life is better with you in it. Thank you. He says, I know you're not around here. You really need to ask that question. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. So we'll get back to reading this insane piece of garbage that was filed. On July 10th, 2024, an action for foreclosure was filed on the subject margin instituted by Seacoast alleged. They can't be the alleged. They're the alleged successor to the original lender. We don't agree with that. In the Circuit Court 9th Judicial District, when there's a case naming both husband and wife as defendants seeking to force a sale on their marital property, they've declared the homestead. Now this lacks all kinds of standing because, I prefer life on my knees. The plaintiff has been able to prove that they hold or own the note mortgage and have the right to foreclose. Sons of bitches. Defendant alleges the following, demonstrating that they lack the standing. They can't stand, just like me, because I like it on my knees. They lack the standing against the Leslie Ferderigos plaintiffs. They improperly named this little bitch as defendant despite her never signed the note. I mean, I know I signed some paperwork, but I never signed it. Although there's some signatures there, but I never signed it. As evidenced by the exhibits attached to the complaint, Ms. Ferderigos only signed the mortgage consenting to a lien on the property, but I never signed the lien. So I don't know what they're talking about. But it's not responsible. I'm not responsible. You get this? I'm not responsible for repaying the loan. The party who signs only the mortgage, but is not liable, but on the interest. Although I benefit from all this shit, it doesn't mean that I should have to pay any of it. So I don't know why someone else, you sons of bitches. A party who signs only the mortgage but not the note is not liable but on the property interest. The act of the spouse signing the mortgage doesn't impute liability onto the note. Now they lack the standing due to deficient merger. They attach some merger document to the established standing, but it's efficient as it's only signed by one party and it lacks the language showing the acquisition of all assets, including the note and the mortgage. Now to prove that there's this standing merger, the surviving entity must acquire all assets of the absorbed entity. This lady is a fucking moron. If you don't know what a merger is, they require that they did get that Oh, that's awesome. 3 more years on your mortgage, grandkids taxi. Man, that's awesome. And that'll be one thing that once it's paid off, and I would tell you, if you had the money, pay it off and just be done with it. I mean, seriously, if you had the money, just go boom, boom, boom. Right, week after week, pay that damn thing off and have it done. Make it go away. Like double up payments or whatever if you could. Oh, because once it's gone, it's gone. You're just like, and then it's just nothing but home free from there. Note to attach the complaint is unendorsed, and the original contains an undated bank endorsement. Oh, so like they didn't like file their merger paper. I didn't read through the entire merger. Like I have to see all of the disclosure of all the merger for the merger to be like working, because I don't think it's a valid merger. There's a conspiracy against me and me keeping my home that I haven't paid a loan that I took out on. I'm denying that I ever took even a loan out on it, because why would I do such a stupid thing? Because only an idiot would take a loan out on something and never pay it back. Sweet rage, that's called theft. Yeah, you think? 70 acres of cabin are paid off. That's awesome. Google said the squash had peppers, onions, celery, usually shrimp with breadcrumbs. It sounds great. Yeah, right now I'm brining that turkey breast and I'm going to smoke it tomorrow. You know, the best part about a smoked turkey breast, it's so good. Hey, no sex. Be right back. Medical. I was hoping there were some Cajuns in here. I miss home. Oh, it's okay, man. It's okay. I got a buddy that just emailed me some pretty cool stuff. Actually, he sent them via Twitter. He sent me some holsters for an Ford F-150. So they're so you can put your sidearm in the side pocket. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If you got a 3D printer, I'll send it to you. Send it to you. It's pretty neat. Now, assigning Moses playing gaps. Basically, this is the weakest fucking argument I've ever seen, because right here, they hold the note just by sheer that they purchased it. This happens all the time. Like for example, our home, I think within the first month or 2 months, I think it was within the first two or three, I think it was the first 2 or 3 months, our property was sold to 3 different lenders. I mean, because lenders buy each other's stuff all the time. You know, it just, maybe they're just like, I can't afford to keep this. I've got, other stuff that I need to do loans on. So they'll sell off the loan to somebody else. I mean, that happens all the damn time. These people are fucking idiots. No basis for relief. Now you notice, who wrote this, because it looks like it's all about her. Every single one of these has been all about her. The plaintiff admits that this bitch is in possession of the home, but she is not named on the title. It's not how it works, you fucking moron. God. Thus requests a deficiency adjustment, writ of possession against her are improper. Under this Florida statute, credit agreements must be in writing and signed by both the debtor and creditor. And I'm just going to quote some shit from 1994, although I'm sure that there's new laws that I just didn't look at, but this is what suited my purpose. A foreclosure is a judgment in rem or quasi in rem directing the sale of the property to satisfy the mortgage lien only. It does not impose personal liability against the mortgager. Now, the plaintiff, they lack standing to maintain the subject action. They fail to establish standing foreclosed as the articles of merger. Save me. Just save me. Never mind. A reference in the merger is attached. The complaint does not include a complete merger or agreement or valid assignment of any rights. To establish standing upon merger, they must show it acquired all assets. No, they don't. You fucking moron. You keep on quoting shit that doesn't fucking matter. They don't have to. That's not how fucking mergers work. They don't have to show proof. All they have to do is say, we own this fucking property. And here's the thing. Reach out to your old creditor and see what they tell you. Try paying them. Why don't you go try paying them? And I guarantee you, they're going to tell you the same thing. We don't hold that property anymore. That's not ours. That's out of our stuff. Go talk to your lender that owns the property. So this is a bullshit thing. Complaint consists of conclusionary statements. No, they don't have to. Go talk to First Green Bank. Tell them, why don't you go talk to First? How about this? Here's a really fucking great idea. Because you're so fucking genius. Why don't you get a signed affidavit saying from First Green Bank? Go get a signed affidavit saying that you don't owe that money. That Seacrest or Seacoast doesn't own the property. Why don't you get a signed affidavit saying that's who you owe the money to? Now that's a fucking novel idea. Why don't you do that? You just run out there, go be happy, go get a signed affidavit from First Green Bank and tell me how they actually will respond to you. Oh, that's right. That business doesn't run itself anymore. Because guess what? They got acquired by Seacoast. You fucking idiot. God, these morons. Standing cannot be inferred. Yeah, it can. Plaintiff's failure to attach or valid assignment. No, they don't have to worry about that. Improper notice and failure to comply with conditions. Their failure to provide notice to left. Let me get in the voice again. Plaintiff's failure to provide notice to left. The plaintiff failed to notify of any default or provide her with an opportunity to cure before accelerating the debt and initiating foreclosure proceedings. Although I've known about this for a year and I still haven't paid anything. The letter attached to the complaint was addressed solely to her husband. The bitch in the house, she never noticed that she was responsible for any payments, nor was she informed of the alleged default or given a chance to remedy prior to being named as a defendant. Case law in Florida makes it clear that you gotta be nodding. You can't do it to us. Now they failed to serve proper notice of default. Now after the merger of Seacoast, plaintiff sent a certified letter only to the husband, demanding a payoff of $190,000 by June 2024 or face the foreclosure. And we said, fuck you, man. We ain't paying that shit. What do you think I am? You think I'm going to roll over and play dead? No. There was some late charges, processing fees. We ignore all that shit. Why would I pay them? They didn't provide any notice of any right to cure it as required by law. That letter, stupid, was your that was telling you need to pay. Think about this. Demanding a payoff of $190,000. How much for home equity line of credit did they get? How much of a home equity line of credit did they get? I mean, this is a serious question. I mean, I am so waiting for this. I used to be a lawyer. I was just like you. I mean, I've never looked down upon you little people down there, because my boobs are so special. Look, I have to use face filters to look this good. Aren't I cute though? Yikes, that's crazy. Thank you. I thought she said she did sign paperwork. Yeah, she did. She was forced to sign the paperwork. This is what I'm saying. These people are supposed to be fucking geniuses. Supposed to be fucking geniuses. You say you signed the paperwork, and then you say we didn't sign the paperwork. You right now, you were asked to pay back a line of credit that you took out. If you took your initial amount, think about this, your initial amount was $180,000 in 2013. $180,000 in 2013. Think about this. You sign an agreement. You will pay back $180,000, and you sign it in 2013. And for the next 10 years, you don't pay a single fucking payment. For the next 10 years, you don't pay a single fucking payment. Not one. Not one. Not one payment, because in 2024, they come knocking on your door. Now, what do they say? That money we loaned you, you owe us $190,000. My mother died. My mother didn't die. They're cut from the same cloth. Yes. Be quiet for a while. I have a video to make before it gets too late. Oh, you have a good one, Max. Can you imagine in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 20, 2021, 22, 23, you go through this a whole fucking decade, and you decide that you're not going to make a single fucking payment. I'm surprised the bank waited for 10 years to foreclose. But you have to understand, this case has been going on for 2 years now, and they still haven't paid any on it. And that's what the documents are saying. They're surprised that it ballooned up to $190,000. They never paid their shit. That's on the papers. I didn't sign the papers. Under the reinstatement third property mortgages, did you do this on all your fucking properties? I mean, come on. Come on, man. This is bit numbers. The deal was for a balloon payment at the end of 10 years. Yeah. Pay off your fucking loan early. Homestead protection applies. No. No, and no, and no. That's not how it fucking works. The subject property is their homestead. We live here. Well, no, you have another piece of property. Oh, wait, that's being foreclosed on too. I bet you're going to claim the same bullshit on that one. This is our homestead. I guess it's time to go, I hear that there's some property, this person that you were just like, they're so abused. I would do anything to help them out. Well, guess what? You can get like a mobile home. You could park it on the property. You get free electricity. And guess what? You get to work out also. You get to work out because they ain't going to do shit on their property. Maybe you can build a home for them. Live in one of their fucking tiny sheds whenever you're done building their shit for them. How about that? I mean, come on, let's get fucking real. I mean, what wasn't it that you came on? You saw horrible that this person was being treated. Oh my God, I can't believe that this guy Jeremy has such an evil bastard for wanting them to stop defaming him. Just stop, leave me alone. And then you start making a whole bunch of fucking videos, and then a few months later you decide to come popping onto the YouTubes showing your fucking face because I guess you got the filters working again or some shit. Maybe you got off your fucking meds. Who the fuck knows what the hell happened to you? You decide to do that crap, and then you jump in here, and all of a sudden, everything is all peachy keen. And you're so, these people are being so abused and the horrible things they're doing to them. Well, why don't you fucking move your happy ass over there? You're not that far. You're in Orlando. Hell, you could haul your happy ass up there any fucking time. Go sell your property, sell your home, go get yourself a little mobile home, go move it on the property. You can go show her how to dance or some shit. How's that? I hear that that's what they're needing. Is there such a thing as a fixed interest rate loan anymore? I don't know. Fixed interest rate. Yeah, you have a fixed interest rate. Yeah, they have fixed interest rate. So basically what a fixed interest rate is whenever you have a fixed interest rate that it's set at a certain amount, say for example, a fixed interest rate of 7% or 3% or 2%. That means no matter what, as inflation, deflation, bonds, crisis, all that kind of shit, it doesn't change. You still pay that same amount of percentage of interest. That's what they're saying. Yeah, those still exist. Yeah. And then you have other ones that basically will change, but they can only change a certain amount. It's like a floating interest rate. Those are shitty. Tell you, space aliens and crazy beacon. Talk to me, daddy. That's right. Except for the limited statutory definement. Whether thing one constitutionally protected under homestead rights. It's not how it works. No enforceable agreement with there's no enforceable agreement with me. You can tell who's writing this shit. Why can you tell who's writing it? Because it's all me, fucking me. That's it. It's just me. They've never made agreement with me. It's all my husband's fault. No, you're just as liable. You're just as liable for their bullshit. And whenever you're signing these agreements, you're liable for these fucking agreements that you fucking sign. These people, man. Summary of legal failures and required relief. There is no failure in their legal complaint. They didn't comply with conditional precedent of notices. That doesn't matter. They did. Plaintiff failed to notify. Doesn't matter. Plaintiff is stopped from accelerating the loan and has no basis. Yes, they do. Plaintiff has failed to overcome the protection of Florida's homestead law or to show any enforceable agreement. Yes, they did. Accordingly, the action against this bitch must be denied. Defendants raised the defense of fraud and unfair predatory lending. Not a thing. Material misrepresentation, misleading conduct. Plaintiff intentionally misrepresented the nature of the loan origination. No, they didn't. They pretty much have it exactly as it happened. You sign paperwork. Paperwork is that home is going to belong to them, or pay the fucking loan. That's all you got to do. Pay the fucking loan. That's all they want. They want their money. If they can't get their money, they're going to take the home. That's how it works. Pay their money or not. Sell the brand new Audi that you got. It's not hard. You sell that brand new Audi, go get yourself a little beater car, sell off all the fucking knick-knack bullshit that you've got and make them whole again. See, you spent all that money buying a whole bunch of shit that you didn't fucking need. Isn't that wonderful? And this is what happens whenever people do stupid shit. My grandparents built their home in 1979 for $2,700. We sold it 3 years ago for $2,700. $2,700, really? Still sold? I'm thinking you mean to say, I hope it was 270,000. Okay, I was going to say, because that would be crazy if you only sold it for 2,700. 270,000. Yeah, see, I wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. Yes, everybody do have a happy Thanksgiving. It looks like Chips and Lips are not going to be having a good time. Misclassifying a loan as a home improvement loan without their consent. That's what you signed it off on. Non-disclosure and failure to provide. It doesn't matter what the loan was for. Misclassifying the loan, that is on you. You signed the paperwork. You signed the fucking paperwork. You signed the damn paperwork. You said that you were going to pay this shit back. I can't believe in 10 years you haven't paid a single fucking thing on it. I was trying to wait for a shizzy letter, but I'm going to have to go to bed. Oh, don't worry. The letter is coming. Grandma's taxi. It is grandkids taxi. It is coming because this one right here, unclean hands, legality of balloon payment, violation of consumer protection statutes. No, they just wait. It's coming. It will be coming. Summary and blah, blah, blah. Defendant's knowledge, reckless negligence. It's just it. And when we'll go over this maybe another day, all the rest of it, because we're at page 15 and I will just say the letter is it sums it up much better. Young folks can't buy houses, get paid enough, or fired over nothing, expected to have perfect high credit, no negotiations. Seniors, we will want to sell their retire. Only cores will buy. Corporations will buy. Well, it's pretty straightforward. People think that they can't afford a home, but they can. Here's the thing. You have to actually have some skill, some work, ability to work. From some of the younger generation that I've seen, they start making excuses why they can't show up to work on time or why they can't be there. Well, I drank a little too much last night and I couldn't really make it. Not my problem. I've got a business to run. I mean, that's some of the kind of crap that gets their asses fired. And it's amazing to me that all these youngsters that can't afford a freaking home can yet afford to drive brand new cars, have internet, new phones, the latest, greatest technology. At that point, I just say it's not my problem. You'd be hard pressed to buy something for less than $500,000 and don't expect much. Not true. Not true. You could right now you could go out to rural Georgia, and you could pick up a house probably sitting on about an acre or so for about $50,000. I mean, you might have to put some sweat equity to actually make the house look decent. And it may not have, hot or cold running water or that kind of stuff, but you can buy a house for that price. I mean, here's the thing. You're going to have to feel some rough times if you want to get better. Sucks. Trust me. Less than half of what houses are going for where I live. Yeah, exactly. And it all depends on where you live. And that's the beauty of it. If you don't like where you live, right now you can take your happy ass to Detroit and pick up property that they're basically paying you to buy. If you really want some property, go move your ass to Detroit. And then you can say that's what I want. That's socialism at its finest right there. Whenever the plants close down because they got shut down by the unions, because people are just like, I can't do business here. The pensions are too much. I'm done. I'm out. See you. Bye. Detroit Rock City gone. Time for that open letter. You guys ready? Here we go. We're gonna make it enjoyable just for all of you fine folks. Deep breath. Deep breath.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Open letter. Foreclosure freestyle of two people who think, lack of think, deny everything is a legal strategy. The sweet symphony of desperation. Echoing through the courthouse halls, two so-called legal eagles flapping their wings in a foreclosure storm they brewed themselves. Armed with a mortgage they happily signed, a HELOC they milked like a cash cow until the udders ran dry, and a balloon payment they treated like an imaginary friend who'd never show up to the party. Just picture this, if you will. A husband and wife duo. One, a permanently retired Florida attorney who apparently retired her common sense along with her bar card, strutting into the court like they've cracked the code to the universe. Their weapon of choice? Well, it's a response filing that's less a legal document and more of a fever dream scribbled on the back of a conspiracy theorist's napkin. It's the kind of filing that makes you wonder if they consulted a magic 8-ball instead of an actual law book, or perhaps they binge-watched too many episodes of Sovereign Citizens Gone Wild. And here I am, the drooling dimwit in the sparkly helmet, breaking it down for you because even a crayon-munching short bus rider like me can spot the clown show from a mile away. They filed a response so catastrophically stupid it should come with a trigger warning for anyone who's ever passed the bar, flunked the bar, or even watched an episode of Judge Judy while drunk. This isn't a defense. This is a suicide note written in crayon, signed in your own blood, and then stapled to your own forehead so the judge can't miss the fact that you're both drooling, window-licking morons who deserve to lose the house, the dog, the dignity, and whatever's left of your last functioning fucking brain cell. So let's kick this off with the grand entrance, the blanket denials. We deny paragraphs 3 through 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and oh bravo, what a master stroke of intellectual laziness. They're denying their own signatures on the dotted line, denying the merger clause that screams this whole deal, dummies, denying the crystal clear loan terms they agreed to back when they were still pretending to be adults. You deny the default you marinated in like a couple of human pickles. You deny the balloon payment that's been staring at you in the face for 10 straight years while you spent the money on God knows what, probably acrylic nails, crypto scams, or whatever multi-level marketing garbage you thought would make you financially free. You deny the merger clause, the note, the mortgage, the bank, the calendar, and probably the fact that you both shit your pants the second the complaint hit the docket. I've seen toddlers with more intellectual honesty when caught with their hands in the cookie jar. This isn't legal strategy. This is a full-blown psychotic break on an official court letterhead. Even the court reporter probably needed therapy after transcribing that garbage. Oh, but wait, the show's just getting started. Enter the affirmative defenses that read like a schizophrenic Reddit thread that had explosive diarrhea all over Westlaw. You copy-paste a case law that's deader than your credit score, statutes that have less to do with foreclosures than a recipe for meth, and 3,000-word fantasy autobiography titled How We Meant to Pay Deep, but Deep State Stopped Us. Well, fucking congratulations, you have invented a brand new law genre, foreclosure erotica for people too broke to afford lube. They waltzed in, wise-eyed open, grabbed the cash for home improvements or whatever else tickled their fucking fancy, rode the equity wave for a decade, and now they're crying foul because the balloon popped. like a pair of overinflated lips. It's like ordering a triple cheeseburger, shoving it down your face hole, then suing McDonald's for not warning you about choking. So let's zoom in on this real knee slapper. The wife didn't know anything about the loan defense. Oh, sweet cheeks. This is the same retired Florida attorney who signed the damn mortgage, lived in the finance place, reaped the tax benefits, enjoyed the renos, and funded that by that sweet HELOC money, then steered the whole ship straight into the shitter. She spent a decade cashing out equity like an ATM had a baby with your ego. And now you want the judge to believe you thought the mortgage was a goddamn Costco membership, bitch? Please. What's this homestead thing? Sounds cute. Stunning. Audacity. If ignorance is bliss, she must be in nirvana. But last I checked, courts don't hand get out of foreclosure free cards for playing stupid. Especially not to someone who once held a law license unless that license came from a Cracker Jack box. If stupidity burned calories, you'd both be size 0. And don't get me started on the tenancy in common homestead Jedi mind trick. They invented a fantasy so pathetic it belongs in a padded room next to the guy who thinks he's fucking Napoleon. The bank didn't give a flying fuck about your cute little TIC plan when you begged them for money, and the mortgage you signed literally laughs in your face. But sure, keep telling the judge you outsmarted a multi-billion-dollar lender with a trick you learned from Facebook meme. I'm sure the judge will be super impressed right before he evicts your delusional asses. Predatory lending? Cry harder. You weren't prey. You were greedy idiots who filled out an application yourselves, signed every page yourselves, spent every dollar yourselves, and then defaulted like the deadbeat clowns that you are. The only thing predatory here is your refusal to adult. The balloon was in small print. Yeah, right next to your fucking signature, Einstein. Maybe next time read the contract instead of using it as a coaster for your white claw. Mind-blowing. It's like being shocked that your car loan lets the lender repo the wheels when you stop paying. They complain the bank didn't halt their application mid-stride and say, hey folks, this might bite you in the ass someday. But no, these adults applied, signed, used the funds, benefited for years, then defaulted spectacularly. Now they want to play victim, demand dismissal because reality didn't come with training wheels. Well, if this passes for a defense, I will eat my Velcro shoes, laces and all. But oh, the crowning turd in this punch bowl, the cherry on this shit sundae, their pearl clutching over the wife not getting a separate default letter. Yet they spin it like the bank trampled her sacred right to bespoke bad news. It's the legal equivalent of demanding a personalized eviction notice written in calligraphy. But Your Honor, the default letter wasn't monogrammed. Pathetic. This isn't a gotcha. It's a grasping at straws so thin they would snap in a gentle breeze. You wrap it all up, and what have we got? This entire filing is exactly what happens when two narcissistic, entitled-drenched, reality-denying parasites decide that the consequences are just for you pores. You turned a simple foreclosure into a 40-page tantrum because admitting that you fucked up would require a level of self-awareness neither of you has possessed since Clinton administration. Enjoy the eviction photos, you foreclosed freaks. I hope the only thing that you're taking with you is the L, and it's framed, signed by the judge, and hanging over whatever cardboard box you end up calling home. Sincerely, Shizzywhiznut, the Velcro shoe-wearing, short-bus-riding, window-licking son of a bitch that would hate to have to be your mother effing daddy.
Time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. It is a beautiful, beautiful time to be here for Thanksgiving. Everybody, I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I really do. And I hope that you, if you're not able to spend it with family, that you're spending it with people that you want to be around, because spending it with people you don't want to be around is no damn fun. Just ask Yamaha. He always tries to come around. I keep having to throw him out of my house. Say, no, you need to go away. You can't be here. I know that nobody loves you, but that's okay. It's okay. And have a good Thanksgiving. Seriously, everybody. I want you to be thankful for what you do have. And that it is what it is. And these, don't let these freaks and fools bring you down or burn you up. And tomorrow, if I'm feeling frisky, I may do a stream over on my gaming channel. All you have to do is just look up Shizzywhiznut Gaming. You can find it. It's really super simple. And you can subscribe over there if you want to. And there's no hails, there's no politics, there's no thoughtful discussion. It's just watching me die probably multiple times, or trying to figure out which way I need to go, or just crafting something really stupid, like while I sit in a ditch and like try to spark like shit together. It'll be some random crap like that, and I'll be doing that tomorrow. But later today, probably, possibly, maybe. We'll see. It'll just be a pop-up stream. If you're subbed over there, then you'll get the notification. I'll also probably post about it if I do decide to do a stream. And then you guys can just watch me like run around and like a turkey, trying not to get hunted. If you're feeling frisky, you better be with Miss Shizzy. Yeah, I will definitely be smoking a turkey tomorrow. Smoking a turkey breast. That's it. Just enough for the wife and I. Everybody, have a wonderful holiday. And I'm going to give you guys something. All you folks that are here, you're going to get a little gift of something that will be out tomorrow. And so you get to see this firsthand before anybody else does, just for being here. You guys get to see it before anybody else, and it will come out tomorrow. So make sure that you're paying attention, because this right here, I created for you. I created it absolutely for all of you fine folks. And the full version will be running up tomorrow, and then we will say goodnight to you. So this is for you guys. Love it. The beauty of being here.
So good when the lights all glow. Is your bargain bin sent alive from the nut show? I got my Velcro shoes and my dollar store hat, a short bus scholar with a mic and a chair. Yeah. It started with a stream and a half-broke cam. Now we're decking out the chaos like a nutty telegram. You showed up anyway, don't know what went wrong. Now you're stuck in the circus singing Shizzy's song. Mine's in the trenches with a wrench in hand, yeeting bots to the shadow band land, while I'm reading chord docs like a bedtime tale. Y'all still here riding the soft brand slate of fail. So here's my Christmas card wrapped in duct tape pride, from the window liquor host to the nut crew worldwide. Merry Christmas to my chat, yeah, you beautiful weirdos, from the lurkers in the back to the day one heroes, to the mods who keep this busted sled on track. You're the reason this nut shack keeps coming back. If you're here for the drama, you're here for the laughs. You're my holiday miracle, my off-label stash. So raise a glass of whatever you got in that cup. Merry Christmas from the fool who never shuts up. Some of you pop in just to say, hey, shiz, you're nuts. Then you stay 3 hours while I roast legal sluts. You tolerate my tangents and my bargain brand takes. Still type up in the chat when the internet breaks. My odds play whack-a-mole when the trolls roll through. Finger on the trigger like not today, dude. Every time I was wrapped like a little red bow. Happy holidays, jackass, enjoy the shit show. So if you ever hit like, or you've ever hit send, You're officially part of this badly wrapped friend. Merry Christmas to my chat, yeah, you beautiful weirdos. From the lurkers in the back to the day one heroes, to the mods with sore thumbs and eyes bloodshot, guarding this clown car like a North Pole outpost lot. If you're laughing at the screen or just shaking your head, you're the reason Santa let me stream instead. So grab a cookie and a seat, don't care if it's stale. Merry Christmas from the nut who refused to bail. About the helmet and the buzz and low gear, but you carried this channel through a wild ass year. Through the late night rants and the 10-hour runs, through receipts, bankrupt clowns, and the missing brain cells funds. If there's any kind of magic in this janky little show, it's you in the chat making this dumpster glow. So here's to the replays, the sorry came late, the ones watching quiet while folding their plate, the members, the gifters, the broke but still here. You paid in attention, that's premium cheer. And mods my L's with the nerves of steel. You keep the sleigh upright on a ball spare wheel. When I say something spicy and the room gets hot, you're already 2 steps ahead of the plot. If I had a fancy speech, I'd still mess it up. So I'll just raise this lukewarm coffee cup. Merry Christmas. From the chaos connoisseurs to the quiet heroes, to the moms who mop up every digital fight, you're my dysfunctional, delightful Christmas light. If you laugh, face palm, or yelled at the screen, you're carved in the lore of this busted machine. So from my nut shack heart to your vented device, Merry Christmas, you maniac. Thanks for being this nice. When the stream goes dark and the screen goes black, just know this nutcase is still coming back. You kept me afloat while I tripped on my shelf. Like, how did this work? Who let him stream by himself? So have a warm, loud, slightly unhinged night. May your drinks be strong and your drama stay light. And from your helmet wearing host on this Christmas delight, Merry Christmas, my people. Now go eat and go have a beautiful night.
Was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread, I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. Like count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy, let's at the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, you're a mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Bitch, and will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.